Five, four, three, two, one. Let's start.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and or good night, or whatever it is the time when you watch this video. So, hello to you all, and hello, Miss Tita, my lecturer in this subject, English for General Purpose. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Hizkia Pilar Tiarso. I'm 19 years old. I am currently studying in the University of Atmajaya, Yogyakarta, taking a degree in informatics, like coding and stuff. I make this video to fulfill my grade in English for General Purpose final project, which require me to talk in English for 8 minutes straight. So everyone has to pick one topic to present it on a vlog. I got the number 22. My topic is to talk about dream job. But before I continue to discuss it even further, let me first say thank you to anyone that has helped me to make this video and making this project happen. First, thanks to Albert, who provided the room. Second, thanks to Donny, who has lent me his camera. And last but not least, thanks to William, who has lent me his memory card. So, without further ado, let's start. The definition of dream job. A job itself is a paid position of regular employment or a task or a piece of work, especially the one that is paid. Paid being the bold line right here. While a dream is a cherished aspiration, ambition, or ideal. So a dream is basically a job that is ideal for us. The definition of ideal is up to one's perspective and definition. Someone could say that their dream job is to become a CEO of a company because it makes so much money that they like money. And some other could say that their dream job is to become a teacher because they like to share their knowledge with others, or just simply because they like kids. Some other would say that their dream job is to become a doctor because they like to help others. So as what we've seen from the examples that I mentioned, everyone and everybody can have their own dream job, and their reason is different from the others. For me, my dream job is to become a professional football player. And why do I want to be a professional football player? It is simply because I can get paid while doing something that I love. But this video needs to be 8 minutes at least, so I will tell you the specific reasons why I wanted to be a professional football player. It is because the desire to be challenged, the passion, the teamwork, the feelings, the ability to change the world, the privilege of being heard and noticed, the look in children's eyes, the hope, how people forget their daily struggles to watch a football game, the hope, the discussion that occurs after the game, the mocking, the love, the hate, the sportsmanship, the respect, the joy, the pride, and most importantly, the competition. Football to me, it is more than just a game. It is something that unites all of us, not just to the players, but also for the supporters. The tagline, "This is why you play," is more than just a word. It is something that reminds us why we play the game, who we play for, and how we're gonna play it. Now I'm gonna explain the possible benefit and risk of becoming a professional football player. The first benefit is that you could get crazy rich, because one of the very obvious advantages of becoming a football player is the money. Even though some aren't paid nearly as much as people often assume, by and large they do a lot better financially than your average person. Take Premier League for example, where the average weekly wage for a Premier League player is above £50,000 sterling. The second benefit is that having plenty of fans. Fans are the people who adore footballers. Footballers receive love and praise when they are out in public. True fans will support their teams and players regardless of match outcomes, and that kind of love must feel great for footballers. The third one is companies will give you out stuff for free. One of the great trivial injustices in the world is that the people with the most money are also given the most free stuff. It simply defies logic and all sense of what's right and what's fair. But that's just the world in which we live. Athletes get free admission, free beach, free food and drink, and those with sponsorship deals get free shoes and clothes in bulk. The fourth one is a lot of travels. Footballers are constantly traveling for road games. friendlies, professional events, and international competitions. Now moving on to the risk is the first one. They could get stuck in their own world. Famous people can't do things the average person can. Famous footballers cannot lead life like normal people. For example, going to the beach or the nearest park, or just having a quiet dinner with family at a local restaurant. The second one is they could attract abuse. There are too many instances of footballers failing to deal with the pressure from fans and critics. Take the recent example of Mario Balotelli in this year's Serie A, who was singled out and discriminated because he is black. Racism and homophobia are still rife in the game, throwing bananas at non-white players, anti-Semitic chants at sports fans, homophobic chants at homosexual players, all can leave long-lasting effects on players.
What will I choose between my dream job with low salary and other job with well-paid salary and facilities? I will choose the job with well-paid salary and facilities if the job is not something that I hate doing it. But if I hate the job, then I will choose my dream job with low salary. But wait, that's too short. Again, this video needs to be 8 minutes long at least, so I will discuss it even further. So what will I choose between my dream job with low salary and other job with well-paid salary and facilities? Whether you are a recent college graduate or a professional with years of experience on your back, at some point you will probably ask yourself this question. A better paying job might be the answer for some, but there are plenty of other things you should take into account when choosing between a dream job and a sensible job. The first one is you need to consider the price of happiness. We tend to associate happiness with the money, but that only hold true to a certain extent. Recent research pointed to where the connection between income and life satisfaction actually lies. According to the study, the emotional well-being of people tend to rise with income, but beyond an annual salary of 75,000 pounds sterling, there is no further progress. What it means that earning an average middle-class income is more than enough to make you happy. However, the same research found that having no money or a meager income causes real emotional pain. You might get stuck in a job that you hate simply because it gives you the salary you need to support the lifestyle you are used to. You can't just tell your partner that you are moving to a smaller house and taking the kids out of private school just because you hate your career. High income will buy you life satisfaction to a degree, but not happiness. Keep that in mind when you are choosing your jobs. The second one is that you need to consider your option. There are many factors you should consider when presented with a high-paying job. For example, one of the most important consideration is your partner and family. Naturally, if you choose a higher-paying job, it might mean that you will be spending less time with your kids, but also have more money to save up for their future. On the other hand, if you are a recent graduate with no such responsibilities, you may choose a high-paying job because it will help you pay off your college debt faster. But it's not only your situation that is of importance here. Your dream and desires are just as crucial as it is. The thing about following one's dream is that it may carry more or less risk. That's why it's always a good idea to revise your goals and adjust them to the reality in which you find yourself. The third one is define your needs. Before taking on a high-paying job or an opportunity for following your dreams, you need to have a clear picture of your needs and what they entail for your professional life. For example, what kind of income you need to follow the lifestyle you want. What kind of work schedule do you prefer? Do you need benefits like health insurance? What kind of impacts will your new jobs have on the quality of time you spend with your friends and family? If a job fails to address your basic needs, then you will struggle and be unhappy even if you get the highest paying jobs. So choosing a career based on only your interest is a mistake because there are so many other factors you should take into account. Sometimes it might take a while for you to convert your passion into a profession, but that doesn't mean that you can add any meaning to your professional life right now. Use this strategies that I said before when considering your next step, and you will be on your way to make sure that you don't sacrifice your passion for money, that your passion doesn't become a source of financial suffering. Moving on to the next discussion is that what will I do if my parents ask me to give up on my dream job? I will be just fine because I already gave up on my job. Because the prospect of becoming a football player in Indonesia is not that good. But if I have to fight for my dream, then I will do these things. The first one is that I will provide the information. I will take the time for a good long talk with my parents about my dream job. Perhaps my parents disapprove of my choice because they don't really understand it, so I need to answer any and all questions they might have, provide them with the information as needed. And the chat should at least help my parents to recognize my passion and commitment. The second one is that I will get really into it. I won't let my parents' lack of support dim my enthusiasm. I will keep loving what I'm doing and work hard. It might help shift my parents' perspective when they see my passion translate into hard work and eventual success, or it might not. Either way, I need to allow myself to have the full experience of loving what I do. Emotions are contagious, so I should be joyful as I walk this path. I know I'll benefit from this approach no matter how my parents respond to it. And last is to prepare myself to support my reasoning why I want that dream job. I will likely face some additional challenges and difficulties if my parents don't approve of my dream job. It will help to prepare myself for the fact that I might not be getting much support from them. So I'm gonna make sure that I have a plan for how to support myself financially as I pursue my chosen dream job. Anticipate a lack of emotional support too. Perhaps my parents will come around at some point, but I shouldn't count on it. If I prepare for a lack of support, I could be pleasantly surprised with anything positive they do contribute instead of feeling frequently disappointed. As a conclusion, I will say it once again that the definition of dream job can be different from the others. It depends on someone's perspective or point of view. So that's all. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you didn't skip most of my video. Until next time, see you.
And this animation have many colors within. Within itu yang akan dipakai